Hello everyone, my name is Marah, and today's case is about Michelle Parker, who was 32 years old when she went missing from Orlando, Florida in November of 2011. And before her disappearance, Michelle and her ex-fiance Dale Smith had filmed an episode for the show The People's Court in June of 2011. And Michelle actually disappeared on the day that this episode aired on TV. But before we go further into today's case, I just want to remind everyone that I always try to do the best research and get the most accurate information I can for every single case that I cover. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's case. Michelle Lori Parker was born on November 20th of 1978. She was said to be a dedicated mom to her kids. Michelle was working 3 jobs to help support them. She was a bartender, a hairdresser, and had a home tanning business. But now let's talk about Dale Smith Jr. Michelle and him were engaged at a point, and they had twins together. Dale also has a record of prior arrests for marijuana and battery. He was also dishonorably discharged from the Marines. And in 2009, Michelle had got a restraining order against him because he had physically hurt her and had threatened to kidnap their children. But they eventually ended up making up, so this order was dismissed. Then in June of 2011, Michelle and Dale filmed an episode for the TV show The People's Court. On this episode, they were in a dispute over a $5,000 engagement ring. What happened with this engagement ring is that Michelle and Dale were arguing when she threw the engagement ring and it fell 9 stories. It was then lost in the hotel atrium. I think it's also important to add that during this episode, Michelle said that her relationship with Dale was very troubled, that he would be abusive and vindictive, especially when he was drinking. But at the end of the hearing, the judge decided that Michelle and Dale could both split the cost of the engagement ring. So on November 17th of 2011 is the actual day that this episode aired on TV. On this same day, Michelle dropped off her and Dale's 3-year-old twins with him at Carter Glen Condominiums off Golden Road in southeast Orlando, Florida at 2:30 p.m. She was driving her black 2007 Hummer HU3 with the Florida license plate number AWGM26. A security camera filmed her arriving at the condo and then driving away. At 4:26 p.m., Michelle's brother texted her asking her where she was. The reply that was sent to him said Waterford. Waterford Lakes is a neighborhood in Orlando, Florida. But her brother said it was completely out of character for her to answer a text message in just one word. So he personally did not believe that it was Michelle replying to his text message. Then at 6:50 p.m., Michelle's 11-year-old son from a previous relationship called her sister and told her that he was worried because his mom was not home yet. Michelle also had a bartending shift that evening at 7:30 p.m., but she never showed up. And sadly, she has not been heard from since. Her phone did ping in the area of Oak Ridge Road at around 8 p.m., but after this, her phone was turned off. The next day, on November 18th, her vehicle was found at Walden Palm Apartments, with its decals removed from the windows. And 3 weeks after Michelle's disappearance, police located her cell phone in a lake near a bridge in Belle Isle, Florida. And after her disappearance, Florida Department of Children and Family Services filed a petition to remove their children from Dale's custody because of his history of violent behavior. At this emergency hearing on November 30th, the judge ruled there was no cause to grant this petition, and their twins remained with Dale. Dale also refused to take a polygraph test and hired an attorney. And when Michelle first disappeared, her family was supportive of Dale. But they later on did publicly criticize him for not helping with any of the search efforts. This is when they started to believe that he was involved in Michelle's disappearance. In March of 2013, Michelle's family filed a wrongful death suit against Dale, alleging that Michelle died on the day that she went missing as a direct and proximate result of Dale's negligence. He has been named as the prime and only suspect in her case, but he maintains his innocence. It's not believed that Michelle left on her own accord or that she would abandon her kids. And to this day, her case is unsolved and foul play is suspected. I want to hear your opinions. What do you think happened to Michelle Parker? I personally feel like it's very likely that Dale did have something to do with her disappearance. But thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you'll comment, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye. Michelle Parker was 32 years old when she went missing from Orlando, Florida in 2011. She is described as a Caucasian female with brown hair, brown eyes. Michelle has a burn scar on her left arm. She was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, a blue Florida Gators hooded zip-up jacket, blue jeans, flip-flops, a silver-colored watch, and a large cross necklace set with artificial diamonds. She also has the following tattoos: angel wings on her back, a butterfly on the lower right side of her abdomen, and spiraling flowers extending from her hip to her underarm on her right side. Her ears are pierced and she has breast implants. Michelle also has a heart condition.